main Game Boy is always coming in clutch. We're recording. Yo, what up? New, Desi, new, Late Night Marauder, High Ground, Dappermont. Whoa, not gonna be able to stay for the stream. Hope to catch you later. Good luck, everyone. Wall Lobster, you know how much love I got for you. M-Core Twitch, dude. Oh my god. New people turn up, son. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys who have already been watching for a while, you know the drill already, all right? But I have to break it down for people who are new. Okay? Number one, don't be too hard on yourself, okay? When we're drawing, it's just for fun. It's just a silly, goofy comic. All right? There's some stuff that's here a little challenging here, but I'm going to walk you through it. But when you guys are posting them in the Discord, or if you post them on Twitter, or you're DMing me or anything like that, I don't want you to be like, dude, mine sucks, my drawing came out like shit, all this, like, whatever. It's not helpful. It's never true. Okay? Beetle, Don of Brand got me in here. Send him Chromer and Reddit Commer. Don of Brand is... Dude, that guy is goated. You guys already know. Don of Brand has cooked up some crazy drawings in the past. Anyway, don't be too hard on yourself. We are doing this for fun. Okay? It's important to draw. It's important to be creative. Okay? It's not about being good or bad. It's just about following along and having fun. Okay? Not doom scrolling on Twitter all the time. Number two, go at your own pace. I'm going to go, it's 3 panels. All right? It's busy, but I'm going to work through it really slowly. But if I skip through over something and it's just too fast, okay? I'm watching the chat. All right? Let me know, and I'll go back and I'll show you how to do something easy. Go at your own pace. Don't be shy. Use the chat. I'm watching it. Let me know if you need me to go over something again, okay? And then number 3, try new things. It's how you get better. So on off days, right? You guys have been actually pretty good about drawing on off days. You guys have been sending in that Beetle Moses Discord, which is fresh. On off days, and if you want to draw stuff that's like your own stuff, you know what I mean? You should not be afraid to try new things, right? You should not just draw the same thing over and over again. You should explore and branch out, because the first time that you draw something, you're going to need a reference image, right? You're going to be looking at a reference and you draw it and you're like, this came out a little wobbly, but it's fine. The second time you draw it, you're going to still use a reference image and you're going to be like, okay, you know what? That looks pretty clean. I think I'm getting this. And the third time you draw it, you won't even need a reference. You'll be able to do it off the dome. Beetle Moses guarantee. All right? But you shouldn't be afraid to take that first step of drawing something now. Good? All right. Let's close out of this. Where's my pen? There it is. Whoa! Oh, we got a daily Beetle fact from Natty the Panda. Classic. Let's see. Daily Beetle fact. No sciencey fact today. Just 2 cool beetles. The super adorable, cute, and fluffy woolly chafer beetle and the super expressive and fascinating starburst diving beetle. All right. Gotta look them up. Okay, this is not... I just had this window open. I swear to God. But this is not what we're looking for. Let me look up the... What was the first one? Zoomer cut. Okay. Woolly chafer beetle? Okay. Is this it? European chafer? Oh, wow. Wait, that doesn't look woolly to me. Is this the right thing? Did I spell this right? Ew, look at that. Chafer bug. Chafer grub. European chafer beetle. This one's a little woolly. Why the fuck are you using Bing? That is most definitely not the right beetle. Well, I just typed what you told me. What's wrong with Bing? And then starburst diving beetle? Oh, sunburst diving beetle. Let's look it up. Sunburst diving beetle. Oh yeah, this one's sick. Hey, that one's cool. I like that little guy. Cute. Check for the African woolly chafer beetle. African woolly chafers. There it is. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, this is most definitely the correct Beetle. Look at this little guy. Aww. Yeah, that goes brazy. Thank you very much for the Beetle suggestion. I'm gonna keep this window open. Over here. Just drag it over here. Okay. Excellent. Let's get started. Has anyone ever told you look like Alfredo from Ratatouille? Yeah, I hear it every day. Okay. We're going to rotate this one. Bing. Does everybody have your pen and paper ready? Rotate this. Now, when I am drawing these just on my own, like for my comics, I am first of all drawing them on a. We're busting these out later too. I've been dropping some of these in the Discord chat. I'll explain what these are in a second, but I don't want to go on a tangent too early for you guys who have not been around. But when I'm drawing here, okay, like for example, here's the kid with his pet Deoxys, or his friend, the Deoxys. Okay. When I'm drawing these comics, they're all right in the book here, and I'm using a ruler in pencil first. I go over pencil and I draw around the borders. How can I hold this? Border this way, and then I know, because of the dimensions of the book, I'm using the ruler to measure out each of the squares before I'm drawing each line. Okay? We're not going to do that on here. That's just, even then I go over it in ink and I'm not using a ruler, which is why they're a little bit like wobbly when they come out. But it still keeps the general, like, see, the line is, I don't know if you can actually see that, but that way it kind of just helps me make sure that the lines are not too wobbly. In this case, I don't really think it's necessary. I think you can kind of just eyeball it. But I'm going to draw my 3 boxes. All right? Just got here. Just in time. We haven't even started. I haven't done a thing. All right? It is 3 rectangles. You want to make them as close to the same size as possible, top to bottom. That's how I make them, right? If you want to draw yours in a different format, like a different comic format, if you want to do it on the side, or if you want to make squares or whatever, that's fine. This is just how I do it. Top down, 3 rectangles. All right? Whoa, what the hell? That is way too thick. Why is it that thick? That's too thin. Getting closer. Closer. Let's bring it down just a scotch. Yeah, that's good. Okay, ready? Line. Is that thick enough? Let me bump it up a bit. Line. Oops, don't love that. All right, make your rectangle. How's this look? Another rectangle. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. And the final rectangle right there. Look at that. You're already on your way to that classic Beetle Moses comic style. That is pretty much how my shit looks when I draw it. I don't love how that came out though, so I'm going to just adjust. Okay. Cool. Now I'll fix that one too. How's everybody's rectangles looking? I do recommend using that ruler method, honestly. It's a little bit more tedious, but they do come out looking a little bit cleaner that way. But honestly, this looks fine. Doesn't even really look that much worse than my just hand-drawn one here. Dog water? Is that good or bad? Okay. Cat water. Wiggle boxes, they're perfect. Drawing on an index card. This one's on an index card. See? Alright, I'm going to zoom in a bit. I'm going to zoom into this top panel. Okay. And we're going to start, basically we see the guy's face on the side here. Or his, I like to draw, I know I've mentioned this on podcasts before, or maybe it was on stream, but I like to draw people's heads like from the back. I don't know why, it's just a funny angle to hit somebody with, and sometimes it's funny when you can't even see their facial expression. In this case, we're going to vaguely see it, but I don't know why. It's just sort of like, it adds like a cinematic like quality, I think, when you can see that over the shoulder shot a little bit. Okay, so it's going to start like this. Just to plot it out, remember his friend is here, and he's passing him a joint here. Okay, here's the joint. And the head is going to be about here. Okay? Index cards are base. I do a ton of drawing on index cards. So we're going to start with his head, alright? Curve to there. Yeah, quick peek of what it's. Here you go, Staffa Waffle. Here's what it's going to look like when it's finished. First panel is, yo, hit this shit. Second panel, it's hitting it. Third panel, he's on another dimension. Alright, so it's just 3 panels. If I'm zooming out of this whole, like the whole project, it just looks like that. Okay, all right, zooming back in. Okay, all right. Once you got this little curve, I'm doing just a little nosy, sideways triangle like that, dream blunt rotation, and then intersected with the side of the nose here, I'm making another little curve, and then I just do the lips. I just think that's funny. And right in this dip, like where the bridge of the nose meets the forehead, is where I'm going to put his eye. Isn't that so funny how just a couple lines and dot, even from a weird angle, it's like, it's a face. But I am going to add some slight details, which are the ear, which at this angle is this hot dog shape. And a bump. It's the back of his ear. It does look vaguely like a blobfish. And right now I'm going to teach you guys how to draw the perfect hairline. You could start by first right behind the back of the ear, just making this L shape. That's the back of his hair. Pattern recognition do be kind of crazy, that's true. L shape to connect that back of the ear to the hair. Okay. And then watch closely, all right? This is how you draw the perfect hairline. All right? Slight curve. All right, to just behind the eye. Down. Over. And then sideburns, which is just a V. It's a pretty solid hairline. That's like when you really got the tape up. 7 head. How'd that come out so far? We've already pretty much occupied, like, the first panel is close to done already. Next. Let's draw this guy. Let's draw the hand. The hand is important, so we're going to get to that first, all right? Watch closely. You guys see my mouse? He's kind of thin for me. That's all right. As long as the head translates, right? The one that I drew just now doesn't look exactly like the one that I drew on the paper. It's not important. It's never going to be exact. It's a DSO. Okay, ready? Here's the hand. Remember, when we're drawing hands, which I know for some people, a lot of people, including myself, that is like one of the most challenging things you can draw. But there's always a cheat code. There's always a cheat code for the hands. And it's mostly just a bunch of curves and J's. Okay? I'm going to show you right now. J shape. Okay? J shape. And then about halfway down this part of the J, right here, there's a C shape. Kind of looks like a big nose right now. Like, bing, 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 bing. Okay. There's another C shape, or actually it's kind of like halfway. Right where the top of the knuckle is here. Alright. One more. See that? Just J shape, J shape. And then this one, because this finger is extended slightly, just make this long U shape like that. Look at that. That's a hand. That's it. Seriously. We're going to make the joint now, alright? It's really that easy, right? The joint is just this curvy line. I made mine in the original drawing like really fat. I don't know if it has to be like that. I think you can make it a little bit skinnier. But it's this sort of just like football shape, but real smushed down like. And then flat at the end. This is the first time I've drawn something that actually looks like a hand. Hashtag Beetle blessed. My guy has sausage fingers. My guy does too, TBH. This guy has serious sausage fingers in the second panel there, but it's alright. I've always struggled with drawing hands, so that really helps. I'm telling you, like, drawing hands, especially in cartoons, is a lot easier than people let on. I almost feel like, you know how in like old kids TV shows, they used to be like, ew, broccoli, blah, ew, vegetables, blah, asparagus. But then, like, I love broccoli, like, I love asparagus, and it almost gets in your head that you're like, oh, maybe broccoli is gross. But it's like, it's not. Broccoli's delicious. Like, what was that, why have that kind of propaganda? It's the same thing when I see, like, artists or people online complaining about, I hate drawing hands, it's the hardest thing to draw. I'm like, dude, the more you say that, the more people are just going to go into it and think it's difficult. When in reality, it's like, I don't really, I don't know. I like, hands are pretty, they're not that hard. Like, they're not that hard. I think, like, it just takes some practice. But once you learn those little, like, cheat codes, there's just, like, little things you can add to your hand drawings. Maybe when we're done with this, I can, like, go over hands in some different poses that might be helpful to you guys. But, like, once you get the hang of it, it's not that crazy. I almost feel like that's just, like propaganda that's meant to, like, hold you down or something. Eyes are harder. I think faces are harder. It's way harder to capture, like, people, like, in it. Like, I think caricatures, drawing people is, like, hard. Especially in a cartoon when you have to keep it simple. That stuff's difficult. Drawing hands is like, that's something 101. You should if you want to, like, be a cartoonist, you should absolutely just be able to sit down and, like, practice some of that stuff. I'll show you guys. It ain't that bad. Look at this. I'm just adding this little Bernie bit at the end here. Maybe just some lines to look that it's like scolding. All right. I think every body part. Truly, also look, by the way, curving lines across the joint there too. Truly, the hardest thing for me to draw like accurately is anatomy. Like I'm not great at figure drawing. I need to look at references for people. Could you show us your toes for reference? Yeah, that'll happen in the last half of the stream. All right. I'm going to draw this guy's head. We're going to start with his hat. Just so for reference, so you guys can see it. In this picture, he's wearing a beanie. So I'm going to start with his beanie because it's the top. Toes are for patrons only. That's true. Slight curve for the beanie. Line up. Line up. And another curve. See how none of these are quite straight lines? It's basically a rectangle, but it's curves, and even the outside is curved. It just gives it that dimension. That's what makes things look 3D. I had a friend in college that could draw anatomy exactly like the books. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. I know that there are books out there that like you can. It's one of those like, oh, here, let me move this over. It's one of those like guarantees that like just draw this book from front to back, and by the end of it, you will know how to draw anatomy. I've never sat down and done that. I'm sure it's probably helpful, but I also like drawing just like noodly guys anyway. It's not really at the top of my list to be able to draw like picture perfect anatomy. Okay. The hat can be kind of like wrinkly. See, I'm making just like wobbly lines. Wrinkly. Michael Hampton anatomy book. That might even be the one that I'm thinking of, honestly. Look, practice makes perfect anyway. That's what I'm always saying. So, like, I can't really discredit the whole book. I think it probably does work, but I don't know. The type of drawing that I like to do is like kind of a variety hour thing. Like I can't really draw the same thing over and over and over again without getting bored. So I like to just draw new things. Which I think reflects in my comics a bit too. Like there's not really, I wouldn't even say there's like a direct line of like there's not really any train of thought to my comics or any like recurring characters, or I guess I draw shrimp a lot, but and bugs, I guess, like deep sea fish. We're gonna give this guy kind of these like curtain hair, so like curve, curve, curve. This is his hair, making kind of just zigzags on the way back up, and then back under the hat. Sea life and buggos, very real. We're going to make his head just like that. This is J shape. Shrimp anatomy book. Honestly, I still look at I look at references for that too, even though I draw shrimp all the time. Some of those more like shrimp. I mean, I could draw shrimp off the dome, but like some like in certain comics when I really want the shrimp to look accurate, like the mantis shrimp one that I did, I couldn't do that off the dome. I had to look at a picture. See their hair. All right, ready for shrimp speedrun? Ta-da. Wait, are you a drawing master? Yeah. Shrimp speedrun. Pog! Here's another shrimp. Oh, that's a skinny shrimp. Shrimply amazing. Love this animal. The shrimp. I love those memes so much. I love the one that's a picture of like a great white shark. And it's like, love this animal. The shart. Oh god, shrimped up bad on a Monday. Oh, Slug Knight, shout out to Sluggy. That's my boo boo. That's my baby. I love simp. Yo, pass the shrimp, bro. It's not the size of the shrimp. All right, you guys all got this bit. Now I'm making his eyes slightly down here because he's kind of like. His head is slightly tilted down. It's just dot, dot, and then little lines on top. Sluggy! Hit a quick Among Us speedrun for old time's sake. Watch this. You don't even know what you just asked for. Ready? Start the clock. 3, 2, 1. Time. No, it's not good. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Time. That's a fucking speed run. This one came out picture perfect. Somebody clip that. Let me get rid of these for a sec. I gotta clear it. Ready? Speed run. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Time. A little sloppy. That's like the judges' scores. They're like 7. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Fuck. That's like a low 4, if that. Hang on, I gotta clear my work area. 3, 2, 1. Dang. It's really hard to hit that little... oh my god, that one looks perfect. Speedrun aside, I mean, that is like really good. Speedrun aside, I think that's like the best one I've ever drawn. It's perfect. The angles, the ratio. God, that's really, really good. I'm going to leave it in there. I can't get rid of it. I'll get rid of these guys. These ones suck. That one, it's got to stay. God damn, that's good. This one stays. I could even give it the backpack. Nah, it kind of like loses its punch a little bit. Put it on the beanie? How do I move it? Oh, how do I move it over there? Oh. Who suggested that? JC? Freaking genius. How do I deselect? Yeah, dude. Base chat. Thank you for the recommendation. All right, let's move on. Artist perfection is achievable. Perfection is achievable. Don't let them tell you that it's not achievable. Everybody drop a thank you JC in the chat for recommending. Okay, let's draw this. Ready? Nose. I'm gonna make it like that. Thank you, JC300. Thank you. Pause. Are you following me right now? Are you watching the stream and you're not following me? I know somebody who's watching right now is not following me. You should. You should be doing that. You should be. Because then you get little notifications when I go live and I don't have to do these like, please come to my stream. Please. Everywhere except Twitter. What's on Twitter? Look how I made that mouth. Oh, whoa! Sess Comics gifted a Tier 1 sub to JC300. They've gifted 4 subs to the channel. Holy shit. Damn, dude. Thank you, Sass Comics. You're crazy. You should DM me on Twitter. Or I don't know where you follow me, but you should DM me. Because I don't know if I follow you anywhere. I don't know where to find you. Send me a DM. I got something for you. Alright? Here we go. I'm going to draw this. Did everybody draw this mouth, by the way? It's just like a little P. Could even make that because it kind of looks like he's like, yo, hit the shit. Hit the shit on me. These are the vibes. Chef's Tony. Okay, ready? I accidentally gave him the pog face. No, this is the pog face. If you didn't draw this, it's not the pog face. Pog. Among Us Pog? I don't even know how I would do that. Pog. I could actually probably draw like a more realistic version of the Pog face. Wait. I'm not gonna have enough room right now. Maybe I'll do that afterwards. Wait, let me try right here. Looks like this. He's like looking to the side. I feel like it doesn't really, even in the cartoon form, it doesn't really like capture the intensity of his actual like look. The chin kind of helps it, honestly. I can't remember. Is that verging on stunt toss? Is it? I guess. You cannot elicit the pure emotion of a pog from a drawing. I really don't know how he makes his face do that. I can't even recreate it. I think that's as close as it's gonna get. Alright, we got a lot of drawing to go. We should stay focused on the task at hand. We must stay focused, my brothers. Oh my god, I was cracking up. I saved this video and I'm just not sure when I'm gonna use it. Here, look, make him like kind of slumped a little bit. Shoulders. Hey, I'm trying to figure out where to put this. But you get the idea. Yeah, that's alright. And that's the collar. It's hard to replicate. Not even Van Gogh could do it. Pog. I saw some like video of that. You know that guy Dr. Umar? Some of the times that he is posted like randomly on Twitter, it's just like the videos and the clips that I see of him. I'm like, this guy is so crazy. Like he just has the funniest clips. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? That guy, Dr. Umar? Umar? Is that it? I don't know anything about the guy. Dr. Umar. Yeah, it's him. It's this guy. Actually, when you Google him, the pictures of him are like really like tame. But the video clips that I have seen of him are fucking wild, dude. Dr. Umar Johnson. I don't really know what his claim to fame is. He's a public speaker? Public speaker? This guy. Tell me you guys, I know you guys have seen him. There's videos and pictures of him posted all the fucking time. I just saw some. First of all, I saw some video of him a couple of weeks ago that he was talking about some of you. Like, he was talking, like at a sermon. I don't know where he was, if it was like. No, it's not the Jewish push he got me acting strange. That's Mind of Jason. He's like a very specific flavor of the far right. I think, you know what? I probably shouldn't say this without doing my research. Let's just pull it up. Hang on a sec. Dr. Umar. I think that he is, Pan-Africanism, but I think he's kind of a, like, Hotep? Why can I not scroll? This is going to be too much to read. Anyway, it doesn't matter. TLDR. The whole point is, there are clips of him that he is doing the Hotep. He's just saying the craziest shit. I think he's supposed to be like a public speaker that's supposed to be like uplifting for the black community, but he is just completely unhinged. And like there's one where he's at like a sermon and he's like some of you guys should be put down for good, and he like screams it so loud, and I was like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I just saw this other clip of him that I had to save that was so funny. I can't even tell you what it was in reaction to, but he was like, he's just talking on and in his phone, he's just like taking a selfie video, and he's like, when are we as a community gonna say no, no? And it's just like the way that he says it, it's like I don't even know what he is talking about or referring to, but he is so fucking memeable. That's the thing with these guys who, like, I mean, okay, I'm not gonna claim that he's a bad guy. I don't know, I really don't know anything about him, but some of these dudes that are just so hyper charismatic, like, it makes sense why they have a following, even if they're a little bit, like, you know, deranged, because they're just so funny. They're just so crazy. Really simplifying the drawing here, by the way. All right, we got the Stephen A. Stephen A. is fucking hilarious, man. I love Stephen A. Smith memes. Here, look, I'm just connecting the shoulder here and the sleeve. There was, some of you guys will know this, but some of you guys won't, but there's a very iconic, like notorious moment that happened in the, 90s? Maybe, it actually was maybe the early 2000s, called Malice in the Palace, which is a, Stephen A. made a goddamn career out of being a walking meme. It's so true. Malice in the Palace was this game with, all I know is that Ron Artest was involved, Meta World Peace, and then, I don't even know who the fuck else was there, but it was like the Indiana Pacers versus the Mavericks? I don't know, it doesn't matter. Oh no, it was versus the Pistons, because I think they were in Detroit. Anyway, something happened, like, right towards the end of the game, and, yeah, you're right, Pistons. Something happened towards the end of the game that I think, like, the long and short of it is that, like, the game was almost over, and in basketball especially, like, if you guys don't watch basketball, it's kind of this thing where if a game is basically a blowout, like, if it's over, if one team has definitely already won, it's when the game clock is running down, 10 seconds left on the clock, and the winning team is just holding the ball, they're generally just gonna, like, dribble it out, right? Nobody's trying to make more points. If they're already up 20 and the game's over, there's no reason to continue going crazy and, like, making everybody run around and do all this stupid shit. So they usually just run down the clock and the game ends. Sportsmanship, exactly. Anyway, I think what ended up happening in this Malice in the Palace is the winning team, I don't know if it was the Pistons or the Pacers or whatever, but I think they're up like 20 points and there's 10 seconds left on the clock. Nothing's going to change in that time frame. And the winning team, one of the guys on the winning team, like, does this just out of the fucking clear blue sky, like, disgusting dunk on another dude, like, balls in face, like, just, like, completely disrespectful, like, no reason at all. and a fight broke out because of it. Because the dude who got dunked on shoved the other guy. Was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing, bro?" And then all of a sudden it became this all out brawl, which spilled into the audience. Like this one guy, Ron Artest, who's a crazy person, also like walked into the basically into the stands, like, or something like that, and like sat down on the bleachers, and then one of the fans in the audience, I think, dumped like a Coke on him, like a Coca-Cola, and then he started swinging on that guy, and now people in the audience are like in the crowd are all breaking into a fight. It just turned into a complete fucking clusterfuck. Anyway, I think they cut the cameras. It was like a very bad time, and yeah, it was really bad. And apparently, I think what happened immediately after, like when when it was being broadcasted, is it cut directly to Stephen A. Smith, and he just had a lecture for like 30 minutes that he was on TV, and he was just like, "This is a disgraceful moment for basketball," and all this stuff. It's just like, I don't know. Stephen A. Smith is just. He's just a character, man. His whole career is absolutely built off of just, like, inserting himself into crazy situations. You're drawing and driving. I cannot condone that. Alright. You guys, thank you for enduring that story. We're back to the drawing. He just needs to say, "Hit this shit." And speech bubbles, they're just curves and a circle. Hit this shit. First panel complete. Are you guys ready? Oh, actually, last thing. We want there to be a hint at the couch in the background. So I would draw a line that is, connecting at about this level. Maybe a line going through there too. Sitting on a couch. That story was like that SCP article about the basketball recording where everyone in the stadium kills each other. I would be willing to, I've never heard that, but that's creepy, but I'm willing to bet that is based on Malice in the Palace. I feel like one cannot exist without the other. All right. Here we go. Next bit. Are you guys all still with me? Is everybody following along? Halo? Is there? Okay, ready? Here's the general layout, okay? This is what it looks like. Alright, so we're going to go hand here, right? Smoking a joint. We're going to draw the joint being lit. The head here. Some smoke. Okay. Just so you can... How did I do the speech bubble? This is a perfect example of also, like, your drawing may just look different than mine, and that's okay. There's no, like, logical reason to speech bubbles. I try to fit them in just where I can. I try as much as possible with speech bubbles. I prefer when the lines, the circles do not that's just like my, I don't know, OCD. I prefer when they don't intersect with any other lines, right? I want a speech bubble to just be around the text and have a little bit of space between all the other objects. That's not always the case. All right, like if you if your speech bubble is a little bit bigger, and if it's if it's overlapping or underlapping, I would just say, because the primary focus, it's funny, I mentioned this on a previous stream, and then I was kind of thinking about it some more, and it's really not a good rule of thumb. I was saying that I always put the speech bubbles over everything in the scene. That it's always, the speech bubble is the foremost object. And honestly, I would say that's situational. it usually is the foremost object, right? Like, I don't want it to be hiding behind things that it doesn't need to, but in this case, if your text is really close to the joint and the hand, the joint and the hand should be bleeding over the speech bubble. For example, let me see if I can just like show you, like, well, I might as well just, sorry, getting rid of the couch here. For example, you can make the speech bubble. So it's just a point, right? You're just making a V shape which is curving towards the speech bubble. You can make the speech bubble a lot bigger. Whoops. And the only rule there is really you should just try to keep the spacing around the text about equal all the way around, right? Like about the same distance between all the text to the thing. The third panel, please. First panel. Second panel. Here's a third panel. But this is kind of a create your own. Okay. You can absolutely make the speech bubble like this. Either way, there's no right answer. Honestly, I think either of them look pretty good. But in this case, you see what I mean? How it goes behind. The reason that this is it's very necessary that this goes behind the joint in the hand is, well, first of all, the joint in the hand is more important than the text itself, right? Honestly, the text is almost throwaway, implied. But I just feel like it makes it a little bit clearer. But furthermore, I would say the joint and the hand are the subject of this comic. You know, subjects in comics are not the same as like subjects in a sentence or literature, right? Like, I mean, where your eye is supposed to focus. The most important thing that you see in this scene is this. In fact, you could honestly draw this entire like the entire panel. This is just. You could have just drawn it this. Right? And then hit this shit. And actually, I mean, even though it's not a very great drawing, you don't even really need the other guys. Whoa! Jorange the Fruit! Jorange the Fruit! Subscribe to Tier 1 for 3 months. Damn, hello, I'm stuck in a parking lot with iffy service. Just saying hi. What's up? Thank you for popping in. Thank you for the sub. These drawings are going to be very fresh, I think, in the thing. Anyway, thank you, Jorange. Appreciate it. Anyway, what I was going to say was... that's what I mean by the joint and the hand being the subject, is that actually in this case, it's all you need to see. Did something similar kind of with that last comic that I had posted with the guy with the worm GF. Where it's that second panel is it's like an extreme close-up, because the only thing you need to see is the worm in the hands, really. And the text, right, which is it's sort of the punchline. Thank you. Yes, your comics are also really good at guiding the eyes across the page. Thank you. I think that comes with practice. The comic went so cutely. Thanks. I really did like that one. My output of comics has slowed a little bit, only because I'm really trying to put out like ones that I'm like, this is really funny. You know what I mean? Like ones that I'm really proud of. Twitter's a little bit aggravating to be on anyway, so it's like I don't want to like get too caught up in posting every single day unless the comic is like something that I really like. But I do have a lot more like I had like another little phase that I like had a bunch of ideas, so I'm gonna be drawing through those this week for sure. Whoops. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's draw this panel. So this is actually, I'm gonna start with the tip of the joint, which you'll notice I drew in a little bit of a style here, so it kind of looks like it's glowing. See what I mean? Obviously, color is going to help this a bit too if you decide to color your drawings in. I think drawing this one, you know, orange or cherry red is going to add a little bit to it. But in this case, this is a little bit of a cartoon sort of, I know I keep using the word cheat code, but it's kind of just like that, like just a way to sort of hint at something that you wouldn't actually see IRL. So we're going to start with that, all right? Slight curve. Dude, I would definitely say, I mean, I think even I'm going to go a little bit bolder on the shadows in this digital drawing than I did on this panel. I think I was just a little too nervous to fuck up the drawing here, but I think we're going to do some cool chiaroscuro with this one. All right. Let me zoom in a bit. Anybody in the chat remember what chiaroscuro means? Point. Shadows. I'm going to show you, I'm going to pull up images of chiaroscuro so you can. So I just drew that. It's a circle, but with just little points coming out. Charred churros. My silly ass forgot. I'm going to show you guys right now. Because I'm not even going to be able to properly. Umar. Where's my mouse? There it is. I'm not even going to spell this right. Scuro? Chiaroscuro. All right. Chiaroscuro in art. Here we go. Is the use of strong contrasts between light and dark, usually bold contrasts affecting a whole composition. Why can't I scroll? It's really annoying. Basically, the idea is that, like in this image, for example, the darks are so dark in this image that they bleed directly into the background. But because it's a well-made drawing, even though, for example, right here on the arm, right, we know that this is not a floating forearm, right? We know that the arm is here, even though it's only hinted at. Right now, we know that this person's not missing a chunk out of their shoulder, or that this guy only has half a face. Is because the darks are so dark that they just bleed into the background. It adds for a very bold, creates a very bold feel to the images. And this is something you can absolutely do. You know who uses this? Honest to God, you know who's actually like a cartoonist? Can you guess who I'm going to say? A cartoonist that I think you guys all know and love, that we all know, who utilizes this really well. Yup. That's it. House of Decline. House of Decline absolutely uses chiaroscuro in a really good way. He does just a really bold, dark line work to a point that it's hinted, Heathcliff, John Arbuckle, to the point that it's hinted at in some panels what is actually being seen. Very cool. He has a very strong eye for that, which is awesome. Add a couple little dots here for the char. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a bit. He absolutely makes great use of that in Together, in that long form comic that he did. I know I've mentioned it before, which is really, really good. All right. Remember, we're drawing another hand now, okay? But it's all cheat codes. Very easy. Very easy. Just watch. It's a curly Q first, all right? A long curly Q. Hang on a sec. Whoops. Whoa! Starbone! Subscribe with Prime Gaming. They've subscribed for 2 months. Bless up, Beetle Boys. Pumped for tomorrow's Cold Cuts app. Dude, thank you. Thank you very much for the sub. I'm also pumped for you guys to see. Honestly, I think this is like one of my favorite, certainly one of my favorite Vosh episodes we've done so far. He's a funny guy. We were talking about Creator Clash too. Did any of you guys watch Creator Clash? All right, ready? Another curve. Starbound. I only saw Super Mega Star Spangled Banner. Yeah, I saw that one too. I actually, in the Cold Cuts Discord, Bosh Epi, what up, Yowlets? In the Cold Cuts Patreon Discord, which is extremely fresh. You know I have to plug it, right? We're halfway through the drawing. Look, I notice I made another line here, another curve for another finger. On the Cold Cuts Discord, we were streaming and watching the SAS Comics. We were watching all together the Creator Clash. Dude, I was cracking up. I mean, we were watching it. We were in the chat, but everybody had their mic off to begin with. And then as like time went on, and like there were some fights that I think we cared a little bit less about. Look at this, guys. By the way, hang on. There was one point because I had my volume turned like all the way up while I was watching it, and I don't know who it was. I think it was Dangar or somebody with a soundboard turned their like mic all the way up, and it was while these two girls were like fighting, and they were just like, and like he just played this like that fart vine boom noise like so loud, and I swear to God, I almost peed my pants. Like it just like it came out of fucking left field. We were dying. I like could not hold it together. I was like giggling so fucking hard. Anyway, we have a great community over there, by the way. If you wanted to, oh no, I'm not clicking that link. Wetfort.brat. Oh my God. We were cooking up some brapple pies over there. We have a really good community over there at the Patreon. I gotta plug it. You know, I know a lot of you guys are in there already, and you're like, I know. But if you want to check out the Patreon, it is right there. It is very fresh, and yeah, very cool guys over there, guys and gals. Whoops. All right, and then here's this finger. Ready? Curve. See how I did that soft curve, and it comes back. It's like this hot dog shape. It's a finger. See that? Brapple pies. Yellow Swag taught me that one. Okay. We're gonna make the back of the hand here. Notice how I kind of like to do that also with the knuckles. I'll usually add some bumps there to hint at the knuckles. How's everybody's hand coming along so far? Does everybody look vaguely like this? Doesn't have to be exact. And then I'm just drawing straight lines and a curve at the end for the joint right here. We should make one line or two lines going through. Vaguely is a loose term for me. I mean, it is kind of a gonzo nose. It's alright. And then the other thing is that you just want to put a little thumb back there. So a little line, right? Because he's holding the other end of it. And the base of the palm. I think at the end of this, I am going to do a little, like, hand thing. Because I think it does, I think it would help you guys to... There's, like, little cheat codes. Oh. Oh, what the hell? I just got a Patreon notification. My boy Slug Knight just joined the chat, baby. Thank you, brother. Oh, dude, I'm so hyped that you're there now. That's like the game changer. Just leveled the whole fucking thing up. Thank you for your support. Slug! Alright. Ready? Arm. Making a little curve at the end. That's kind of just his, what do you call it? Thing. Jackbox, which actually I think we're also... Maybe we'll do one tonight. See what time I get off of this, but maybe we'll do a Jackbox in the Patreon tonight. See, I'll do a head count. Okay. Jackbox is really fun, and it's really fun. All right, here's what we're gonna do next. Smoke, which is just curvy lines. Okay. Curvy lines, but they come together at the end. And over here too. Curvy lines. Small at the base. The curves, I know you guys, some of you guys struggle with the curvy lines. Just practice, 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 practice. The best part about drawing smoke is that there's absolutely no right answer. This is just how I draw it, but you could also draw, if you don't even want to do the curvy lines, like let's say you're not there yet, you could absolutely draw just chiefing like that. Just a bumpy circle. That looks good too. Whatever you prefer. All right. Either way, whatever you decide to do, we're going to make a curve for the head. Right? Vaguely egg-shaped, but we're also going to add an ear over here. Line down. Mr. Thug isolation vibes for my smoke. Definitely do that. Line in. We must stay focused, my brothers. Okay. What the hell is going on here? Everybody got this? All right, you got a little sideburn action. It's coming up. And then remember, we're going to do the little hairline thing. So, another line. And then actually, because his head is tilted slightly down, make sure that hairline is just at a slight curve. Actually, you know what? I don't love how that one came out. There you go. That's better. Just a little too low. I want to have enough room for the head. And then just the back of the head is a curve. How's everybody looking so far? Looking good? I'm going to add a shoulder here. Head looks good. And another shoulder here. My boy looking abs disgusting. Hit the Discord later. Huh? What the hell does that mean? Eyebrow, nose, all connected, all right? Eyebrow. Absolutely. Oh, my boy looking absolutely disgusting. Hit the Discord. Big boy. Yeah, he is wide. Eyes. Now, Here's the thing. I was kind of thinking about what it would look like if I did it like this. Sorry, bear with me. I just want to see what this looks like. Just that nose is a little too high. Bear with me, guys. Sorry. What does that look like? I was trying to do something kind of like abstract here. This like just to kind of, but this might be a little too weird. What do you guys think of that? Is that too much? It's a bit much. I could show you how to do that. Yeah, it does look a little bit like Rorschach. You dig that? I'll show you guys how to do this. All right. I'm not like crazy with the current layout of the head, but let's say you've got this right now, right? You've got the eyebrows and the nose and even the, I know we drew the eyes too, right? Okay. These are the important things, right? When there's, let's say the light is coming from directly above, okay? Directly above him. In this case, you are going to have, your forehead is going to be illuminated, the top of your cheeks, so illuminated, and then the bridge of the nose is illuminated. Everything else is pretty much a dark territory, okay? I know that kind of sounds a little complicated, especially in a cartoon, right? But sometimes it's these little extra details that when you incorporate them in a cartoon, it kind of elevates it to that next thing, all right? So we can utilize the lines that we already have here to sort of guide us to where those other things need to be, all right? And all we need to keep in mind is cheeks stay highlighted, forehead stays highlighted, cheeks, and maybe, and then around here, right? Just to kind of like cheat the chin and what the face looks like, all right? So, using that pen, bring it down, okay? Under the eyebrow, shadow. Let it cut out a little bit. Let's say that's the eyelashes, all right? And try to make sure, like, think of like curves of the face, all right? It's okay if this doesn't look perfect, all right? Bring this one out, okay, to the bridge of the nose. Down, okay, to like there. Don't connect the nose all the way. Still with me? I'm gonna go slow. This is a high level. You guys that are watching right now are getting kind of a crazy, like. I got head early today, but I'll catch when you upload the YouTube video. Don't worry, I'm gonna put that one up very soon. Thank you for popping in, Hernandez. This is a bit advanced, all right, but I think it's gonna look good. Okay. You're gonna make a curve. Time to big brain. Curve. Going this way. This is like the eye socket, all right? From the nostril up to the corner of the eye that you have here. And from here, from the inner, this bit, the inside of the eye, We're going to draw another curve and leave a very, very small space between the two up to here. Okay. Over here now, remember we have the cheekbone is highlighted. So under the cheek, we have this slight curve. All right, down, another slight curve, maybe even close to a straight line. And then bring it back up. This is the inside of the cheekbone. And I think maybe I'm going to put another one similar, like right there. Oh, and finally, just under the nose. Also, that's the other place where a dark shadow is going to happen. I would put a triangle as well under the nose. Now, let's see what this looks like when we color it in. It's a bit abstract, right? But what did somebody say earlier? Pattern recognition is a fucking crazy thing. You can get away with all kinds of stuff that will still look like faces in this type of situation. And I think in this case, the drama of the frame adds a bit. Now, if you don't feel comfortable with doing exactly this, obviously it's not totally. Turn off anti-aliasing for your paint bucket. What does that mean? Like make it, unless it's a vibe. What's the anti-alias? Oh, are you talking about like escaped the parking lot and found a paper and pen? Okay, excellent. The white gaps. I just noticed that here. I think if I do it twice, they go away. You can actually also fill this part, the base of the palm. I just made a curve here, filled this bit in. You can color that in. This is probably the most abstract, like this is the most advanced thing that we've drawn. For sure, as a group. But this is a very fun thing to play around with. This is a little bit paint, like things you learn from painting, really, more than anything. Where the highlights of somebody's face is, you know what I mean? And where the dark parts go. Those are the kind of things that like working in different mediums is really good for, because then when you hop into something else like cartooning or, you know, whatever, anything, you can, photography, I'm sure. There's something there, right, to take away from it. So even though I'm drawing something really simple, a generally simple drawing, oh, trust me, dude, even though this is sort of simple drawing, I was utilizing some of that other stuff. All right. And there's a nice contrast between these two frames, I'd say. Hit this shit. And he is hitting it. He is definitely hitting it. How is everybody here? Do you still need to look at it, or are you guys like coloring it in? Do you want me to move on to the next panel? The side view lips. Whoa! 420 bits! Yo! Epic number! Thank you, Yalis. Thank you. Looking good, coloring in. Okay, keep doing what you're doing. Alright, I'm gonna just start framing this one. I'm gonna start with just the coffee table. Alright, which is just but we're looking at it slightly from above. So it's a rectangle. Yeah, like there. basically across the middle. And then just a little up and over. Doesn't need to be more complicated than that. I mean, for the sake of this thing, for the sake of this drawing, nobody's looking at the coffee table, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just hinted at is fine. If you want to get more detailed, you can draw it like with shading and 3D, but I don't really think it's necessary here. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw the guy sitting here now, okay? Which also, this is a perfect example. OMG, sussy, sus. Ready? You want a speed run? Among Us speed run. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Time. Not as good as the other one, but it's pass. Would pass. This would still get me into the Guinness World Record book. 3, 2, 1. Time. 3, 2, 1. Fuck. There you go. I feel like just practice. That one came out. It's alright. Kind of bled over there. Gotta just keep practicing. The last panel is crazy. Maybe I'll just have him sitting with 2 giant Among Us. What do you think about that? Is that a good punchline? We need to see Among Us ass cheeks. Okay, oh yeah, especially because of the hat from earlier. That's true. And it'll be a lot easier to draw like this. Alright, but let's draw the guy first. I'm going to make those Among Us look better. Okay, ready? Alright, we'll do that. The Stone Sonic is too good to leave out. Tough call. It's open-ended, right? I would love to see you guys doing different things. If you want to put different characters in there, you absolutely can. But I'm going to start with this. Now, obviously, when I drew this on paper, I used pencil first, and I did that same trick that I always tell you guys, right? Head, shoulders, hips. Then you add the legs and the limbs, okay? Then, once I have that, I'm tracing over everything to make the guy, filling out the hands, the hand, right? If you're drawing on paper, if you're drawing something like that you really want to be looking good and you're having trouble figuring out how to do you want to do a poll if we should do the Among Us or the original Garfield and Sonic the Hedgehog? Should we do a poll? How do I do that? Somebody can one of my mods handle that for me. I don't know how to do that. A hashtag, /poll. Okay. /poll and then what? Oh, there we go. Wait. Oh, who's in the Dream Blunt rotation? Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you, Kytro Mel. Voting time. Make sure you're voting. What is this? That's what we asked. Who's in the Dream Blunt rotation? Yeah, Sonic or Among Us? Oh, wow. Okay, a lot of votes for, it looks like Sonic right now. No votes for Among Us. Where are all the Among Us lovers? Uh-oh, Among Us is coming back. I'm watching it a lot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There was a lot of people. There were a lot of people that were vouching for the Among Us. And now it seems like they have sort of left the building. It seems like Sonic is going to edge out Among Us. Unless the Among Us people come forward right now to protect your... I don't know what. Took one for the team? Who's in the Dream Blood rotation? Alright. It looks like it's going to be Sonic. We'll wait until the end. Okay. Let's draw this guy. What do you say? I'm drawing circle for the head. His hair. And his eyes. In this case, I think simplicity is funnier. So I'm really drawing him kind of simple. It kind of looks like a Voltorb right now. That's true. Among Us are very easy to draw, so if you wanted to do that instead, you are absolutely at liberty to do that. Looks like we've got about 5 seconds left on the poll. Here's how we're going to do this. Slight shoulders peeking out on each side. Really, really small lines. Okay. Arm down and in. There's just this L shape. End of sleeve. Bring it back. And up. End of sleeve. Bring it back and up. Sonic! Bonkers Sonic drawings are always good. And then make his little hand hanging there. Mirrored on this side. Arm out. Elbow in. Get that L shape. Sleeve. And back up. Alright. Now I'm drawing the legs. Alright, legs here. Oops. Kind of looks like he's like schmoovin' for some reason. I don't know if I drew this quite right. The legs look like this, right? The whole point is that his arms are on his knees here, so the knees need to be about there. Bend them back. Crotch region. And down. Up again, back in. Alright, and then we're just going to make the connection of, this is where his shirt line is. It's kind of a top down. That's right. Okay. He's sitting on a couch, yeah. A little bit of a dynamic angle here. Okay, but this is the couch. Okay, now start with Garfield. Garfield's pretty easy to draw. Ready? Make circle or oval. Another oval. This is Garfield's big eyes. Curving line around the sides. And 2 dots. Those are his eyes. Circle for a nose, or a little oval. And tiny V shape for a mouth. He's got these round kitty cheeks. Okay, and then his 2 ears are just above the eyes. Upside down U, little space, upside down U, And then the back of the ear. Back of the ear. And then it's this circle and a circle. Curve, rather. Everybody got that? Good. He's also got the way his stripes look are the like kind of curvy lines coming in, and also you can fill in his ears up there. My Garf looks way better than I was expecting. Garfield's he's pretty easy to draw. Like once you know the trick. I mean, I had to draw him a couple times for the. It's like I said. Use a reference. You draw it twice. You never need a reference again. I drew that Garfield comic, and he appears twice in that comic. I had to draw him in one panel, and then I draw him in a second panel. And now this one, when I drew it, I didn't even need to look it up. Draw it 2 times. Never need a reference again. I just know what he looks like. We put his little hand here, which I should probably slow that down, but sort of a curve. Let's see. Start with curve up. Make it sort of this W shape, but with it coming back. Have you seen Extra Fabulous stream announcements on Twitter? Yeah, isn't it always somebody having sex with Garfield? I have seen that. He's funny, dude. Very funny. Great comic artist, too. Lots of classics. Did you guys get this Garfield hand? I know I kind of breezed through it, but we've drawn a lot of hands on this class. It's all J's. Curves and J's. I'm just happy to be here. You made it. I'm glad you're here. Let's go Garfield to me. What's the T, guys? What's going on with all of you? What's your story? This is Garfield's little legs sticking out. And then I'm going to make his hands on this side also. And more legs. And his little foot, I'm also kind of trying to angle in there too. Been playing Death Stranding. How's that? Isn't that game fairly, like, old? Gonna play the final quest of Darkest Dungeon tonight? I'm hyped. I don't even know what that is. Is that a video game? It sounds cool. I can't lie, I'm not really like a gamer. I'm not much of a gamer. I don't really know anything about like I don't know. I don't know what's really going on in the video game world so much. I'm excited for the new Breath of the Wild because the last time that I really like enjoyed a long form video game was it was Breath of the Wild. Oh wait, that actually does look good there. His turn-based RPG. I haven't finished Death Stranding since I've had it in 2020. Saw a cat yesterday. Based. Not a gamer. Sorry. You probably like Darkest Dungeon. It's like Lovecraft roguelike. That actually sounds cool. I'm excited for the new Breath of the Wild because Nintendo finally realized we love guys with a fat ass and they gave Ganon a dumpy. Thank God for that. Thank God for Nintendo. Ganon is way too sexy. See, I'm just, by the way, filling in this couch area. He's voiced by Matt Mercer. Who's Matt Mercer? Does he play somebody famous? Ganon's great. Ganon was my main in Super Smash Bros. Melee. He was kind of cracked in that game, honestly. I'm not even really like a Smash Bro, but I definitely used to play when I was a kid. Like, don't get me wrong, Link is a hot ass swing, but sometimes you just need a strong guy to pick you up, you know? Yep. I feel that. Alright, let's see. The Melee is fucking amazing, man. I just loved that game. I loved that game. I loved the sort of story mode that they had, or the adventure mode, or whatever the fuck you call it. It was just so great. I love playing as Bowser Jr. He doesn't show up in Melee though. But I remember he showed up in, what do you call it? Which one does Bowser Jr. show up in? I feel like he shows up in like Smash 4 or something. Is there another one after that, or is that the last one that they released? Smash Ultimate or something? I don't even fucking know. I swear, guys, I really don't play video games. Smash 4. Is that the newest one? The newest one, Ultimate. I do like playing video games now and again, but I'm just not very good at them. And like a lot of those games like Smash Bros or Fortnite or like any of these big games, I don't know when it happened. I guess it's just like when online gaming became like really popular, is that it just feels like every video game is like super, it's like competitive, like if you want to play one of the popular games, you got to go online and verse some kid who is going to absolutely just embarrass you. And I just don't like, I don't know, it never appealed to me. I just could not get into that. And I think because of that, because most of those entry level games, like modern games, are like that, I just don't play any of the other ones either. Like I never make time for it. I have a Nintendo Switch, and like now and again I'll like I actually have it sitting right here, but I'll like dust it off occasionally and just be like, it'd be really fun to play such and such game. Like I'll pull out Breath of the Wild again, or I have like some Mario Party pack. But indie gamers rise up, dude. Yeah, indie games are fun. I really liked Undertale. Gotta run, great stream. Thank you for popping in. Heart LS. Oh, shout Heart LS. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you. I'm sorry you gotta go, but we've been going a while, so I appreciate you popping in and watching. Thank you so much. Here, guys, let's draw Sonic the Hedgehog. Heart LS. Switches are great. You play Wander Song? Which one's that? Yeah, I got a Switch last Christmas, but for some reason I'm like, I do love my Switch, don't get me wrong. I've had some very good gaming experiences on there, but I just play for like a little while. Here, look, by the way, guys, look, J with a little curve at the back. J with a curve at the back. Another one. Okay. Now, look how I do this. C shape. Straight line. Curve it back. So I did that. Your carf is melting. That's okay. What the hell is going on, man? One of my buddies called me right before it happened on stream, and I was like, dude, I just told you I'm about to get on stream. And he was like, oh, sorry. And now he's calling me again. I'm still streaming. Okay. No respect. No respect. Okay. That's the joint. Tell him to hop in chat. No. Okay, let's see. Alright, this is the Sonic nose. It's just this little, what do you call it? Whoops. Oval. Alright. And then look how we do this, alright? C shape. This is the Sonic's little cheek. Put this bad one, do not disturb. And then this bean shape. Alright, that's the Sonic. What do you call that? His little chin area. Alright, still with me, guys? Sonic's head is actually a... You ever read Tails Gets Trolled? Yeah, obviously not all of it, but that is a classic. Tails Gets Trolled is really funny. Sonic's head is actually generally... It's actually like a perfect circle, but with the spikes coming out of it. So just try to picture that as you're drawing it. Round... Whoop, I already fucked it up. Round... With the spikes, he's got an ear here and an ear here. Should I make that like that? And his eyes, he has these eyes that are this curvy shape. But I'm going to give him eyelids like that. So I did that. How's everybody's Sonic looking so far? It's pretty good. Okay. Other hand. This is the back of the glove. Backwards little C shape. And then this is how we do that. Look. Curve and down. Curve and down. Holy Beetle. Clover's so cool. Wow. I drew an alligator instead. That's awesome. It's based. Curving up. 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 And up. 4 fingers. Just like that. That's a hand. Clover's so cool. First time chat. What are you doing? Just so you guys can see what we're working on here. I know some people are popping in right now. This is our drawing. It goes, yo, hit this shit. And then he hits it. And then he's sitting with Garfield and Sonic. This is where we're at right now. We're finishing our Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay. Arm coming up. Arm. And then Sonic's little belly. There's a little arm coming over here too. Nice. And then his little legs. A shrimp and a Peter. Everybody's just drawing their own thing. That's cool though. Anybody who is drawing the Sonic look. Legs. Curve. This is where his sock starts, and then the sock is this like that. And then one over here too. Skinny leg. Actually, yeah, I feel like this leg is too thick. That's better. Okay, skinny leg. See how I did those socks there? And the shoes. Alright. Couch. Honestly, that's like really it. That looks good. Let's see how this all looks. I really do think that this one is going to look great colored in. It's a really good one, though. How's everybody's drawings coming out right now? Let's go underneath here. Or actually, I want to start coloring some stuff in here. Fucked up in a good way. I love this one. Super good, Bubba. Hell yeah. It's alright. Come on, Donna Brent. I know you're just being coy. I know what you're about. I'm starting to color my guys in now. Nice. Whoops. Pretty good for your first comic. I know we haven't done a comic in a while, actually. I think it's been mostly just like drawings. So this is good. This is a nice change of pace, and we've certainly never done one that's this long. Let's see, what color shirt should he be wearing? Kind of like giving him a green shirt. Nice. Blue jeans. Nice. Okay. This guy's gonna be wearing purple. Peter Griffin slug. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then can't forget the Among Us, Red is Sus. Ah. Nice. Joint, very light color, pale. What color should the couch be? Maybe it's also just this like red couch. Didn't give your dude a body in the second panel? That's right, he's floating. He is floating. Let's see. Also, something that helps when you're doing the like shading on certain things is I like making in a three-dimensional object. How can I explain this properly? In a three-dimensional object, I like making some of the shades slightly different. See how that adds a little bit of like dimension to it by making the bottom part a little bit darker. The part that the light would be hitting is a little bit lighter, rather than just making it all one thing. This is what happens when you do drugs. Every experience I've ever had on drugs has ended with Sonic the Hedgehog. I wish it was like this. I'd probably have a problem if it was like this. Good way to end it. Uh-oh. Something ain't right here. I think Garfield needs, isn't he like yellow here? Hang on, let me see. That doesn't really look right either. Let's see. Let me zoom in. Pink? Alright, it's close enough. Oh, I think he has these. Yeah, that's what I forgot. I think he might... My Garfield had a bit too much lasagna. No such thing. Oh. Alright, let's go. Light brown. Oh yeah, that's about right. Uh-oh. This bit. Joint color. Right here. And then what color should the carpet be? Let's make it, I feel like it should be like haunting. Right? Maybe more purple. That goes crazy. I want to hang out with Garfield. Alright, let's zoom out. Oh, I gotta color this in. Let's go... Hit this shit. Dude, that's fresh. That came out clean. It really does look better with color, doesn't it? What do you guys think? Do you want to do a quick tutorial on hands? I can just show you something real quick, like some cheat codes on how to draw hands, so that you got like just something you could take away from here. This is why I don't smoke weed anymore. Oh god, this happened way too many times. Alright, let's do quick hands. Now obviously these are cartoons, right? Cartoon hands, which are not exactly right, but I'll just pass on to you a little bit of like what I use when I'm talking about. We need more time. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I think that drawing, I think will probably be the only one we do tonight. That was a really long one, but I'm just going to show you guys some hand practice. Alright. Hands in different positions, alright? The ones that are very useful to know, right, is open hand, alright? Okay, actually I don't even love how that came out, but it's close enough. Open hand, okay? Closed fist. Oops. Pointing is a good one. Having one finger up. That and two fingers up. Notice how a lot of them are actually kind of similar, right? There's some things that are the same across the board. Some of you guys will know that when I send, a lot of the times when I send if I send a print in the mail, I'm going to draw my little guy on there, the Beetle Moses guy, and it usually looks like this. Zoom in. It usually looks like this. I have him, and I like have it down to a science because I draw him pretty much the same way every time. Just like that. Draw him like that with his arm, and then he has one hand going up, and he's doing the peace sign. Usually comes out looking something like that. It's like my shorthand Beetle. When do we get to meet him? Painting your Beetle guy was low-key a struggle. It's funny, I sometimes have some regrets about choosing him as my mascot. It was just sort of the first thing that popped into my head when I was drawing, like when I needed something. But I do kind of wish that I had a character that allowed for more expression. Like he doesn't have a nose or a mouth. Or he really just doesn't have a mouth. Which I think adds a little bit of something to him, but it's also a little annoying in situations where it would be helpful for his mouth to move or for him to be able to, like, you know, do anything. I drew him once and it was a fun little challenge to make him expressive. I mean, it does also, what I do like doing anyway, because generally I think it is a funny way to draw characters, and maybe this was kind of subconsciously when I created this character. It's like, you still can, like, you could still do some crazy stuff with him. You know, you could still, I think you could still make him look like a certain type of way, but I think the blankness of his expression is what makes him kind of funny to me. First time thing I've drawn in months. Amazing. Amazing. You join the Discord. Join the Discord. Somebody drop that link for me. We have a really good community of people that are posting there pretty frequently, honestly. It's totally free to join. Jump in. We might have over 100 people in there now by the end of the stream. I'm not sure. We were pretty close before I hopped on. I just had to do a quick head count. And yeah, there's people posting art there all the time. Everybody's been really encouraging and cool, and a lot of people with different styles and like different points of their artistic journey. So it's been great. Very positive energy in there, which is awesome. And I just love seeing all of your guys' art at the end of the streams. All right, let me give you a quick rundown on these hands. All right, let me just erase all this. Let's start over. All right, the primary things that are going to recur a lot is you should emphasize the parts of the hand that you don't think you need to emphasize. Things like the base of the palm and the insides of the hands are kind of what gives it that cartoony look, but it's almost, if you can get that stuff right, you can actually make fucked up fingers and it doesn't even really look that bad. I think like it's actually when people are not very good at drawing hands, or when they just don't do it right, is when they spend, let's say, too much time on the fingers, even though that's not true with this, but not necessarily like the space, and then they forget that there's a whole, you know, they forget there's a whole other thing here. Doesn't allow for a lot of expression. I don't think it's a really smooth way to draw hands. So the way that I would do it is open palm. I always start with the thumb. All right. And I usually start with the back of the thumb. So, meaning, which honestly in my real hand is not even that emphasized, but I mean to say this part, right? The far out part of the thumb. Curve up. And the meaty part going in like that. You can even, let's skip that for now. Finger up. Remember, the fingers don't just start right here next to the thumb. There's a little bit of, there's palm. There's palm here. There's thumb, hand, and then almost where the top of the thumb is where the fingers start. But they're just J's, or upside down U's. And practice makes perfect, right? You're gonna get better with time. Usually it's a clever idea to just put a curved line across the bottom of the fingers, like where they all go. That's a really good way to show that this is the palm of the hand as opposed to the back of the hand. Sometimes it's a nice distincting feature. All right, the other side, notice how I'm still accentuating. Nobody's hand has this much meat on it like this, but it does help to kind of give you an idea of where things are going. You can actually just make that go straight up. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you could put I put the meat there of the hand. And you can also put it like, let's see. Where would this go? Yeah, that. It's kind of it. I mean, just for an open, like, palm hand. It's a lot of bumps, but you shouldn't be afraid to, like, some of the things that, like, people forget to lean into some of the character of, like, shapes when I think they're drawing cartoons. And so I think that, like, especially rounding out some of these bits just makes it more expressive, and you're not detracting at all from anything. You know what I mean? Especially when you're cartooning like I am, it doesn't need to be perfect, but this sort of like cheat code, like cheating the way that it looks a little bit, is what's going to make it look good. Another really common, right, position that a hand is going to be is the fist, the balled fist. Which also, I always start with the thumb. Now I'm just realizing now as I'm drawing, but curve, it's like a curly Q. And think about what's happening when I'm drawing fingers that are curled. It actually even looks like it in real life a bit, right? They look like that, sausages, and then when they curl, they're these just like bumps, distinct tops and bottoms, right? So I'm doing the same thing here. Whoops. Uh-oh. Nubs. Oops, got all your files. Oh my god, it's funny. Keep trying to imagine what's like the most embarrassing thing that could have just popped up there. This kind of looks like a SpongeBob hand. I think it's because the wrist is so skinny. And then the type of hands that I really like to draw are the ones with like peace signs. Right? Which is just a mix of these two. Anytime that you want one, like anytime you want a finger that's curled, it's one of these ovals. And anytime that you want one up, it's just up. Right? You could even draw like this is like the Spider-Man hand, right? 2 down, 1 up. Bring it in. That's it. And you're going to find your own method, like while you're drawing, that's going to feel comfortable for you. Let's try one on the side. Wait a minute. Kind of like this looking like this instead. Whoops. He's looking at you. The other side of the hand is fairly easy to draw too. If you're drawing the back of somebody's hand, it's the same shape, but these lines will be absent because you don't have that meaty part. Instead, I would say you could either just draw it like this, no affect. You could include knuckles on there if you want. But honestly, I think it kind of translates just like this. Really, you just need the extra lines when you're showing the open part of the palm, but the back side of the palm is nothing really. Gotta go, Beetle. Thanks for the stream as always. This was a blast. Thank you for popping in, Staffa Waffle. Please, if you drew along on this stream, I would love to see everybody's art in the Discord. That'd be fresh. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I would already sent it. Boom. Can't wait to see it. I would say if you can practice little drawings like this, like using like just these cartoon, cartoon methods, you're going to get the hang of it and you're going to feel more comfortable doing like more complicated poses. Like I like drawing hands that are also like in that like claw shape like this, which is just more curves, right? But look, it's not actually any different. Whoa! Yowlitz is gifting 5 tier 1 subs. They've gifted 25 subs to the channel. Holy cannoli! They gave one to Ramreed, Knackles, Phoenix in Training, Maddie Miser, and Animal Croc. Holy shit! Yowlitz, thank you very much. Bro! Thank you very much. That is really, really nice. Thank you so much. Look at you guys. You're all subbed. You're all subscribed. That's amazing. Dude, thank you, Yowlitz. I really do appreciate it. I'm loving the streams. I'm loving doing them. They're really fun. And thank you. The support means support means a ton to me. I gotta add some more fucking emotes. It's time for some new ones, right? I'll have a fresh one for you guys on the Wednesday stream. Fun, informational, inspirational. We need a Rouge emote. Love you, BB, for spreading your cheeks. Thank you. 'Twas fun. Yeah, let's wrap here. Let's end on a high note. We're gonna come back on Wednesday. All right, we'll be back on here. If you got the other thing that I forgot to mention is that in the Discord, if you haven't joined or if you have joined, we have a channel on there that is the idea box. All right, so if there's something that you'd like to see on stream, drop it in the suggestion box right there on the Discord. And it helps me because I don't have to cook something up every single time out of the top of my head. And also, we could draw something that you want to see on stream too. So check out that Discord. That is totally free to join. If you want to support me anymore, obviously, if you've been watching and you're not following me on Twitch, I'd really appreciate if you guys wanted to hop on here. Just follow me. That way, you get a notification when I go live. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. It is true I have a Patreon. Patreon.com/coldcuts, which is right here. Hey, YOLO Swag Studios, type !Patreon in the chat. When you go over there, you get, first of all, early access to Beetle Moses comics, early access to YOLO Swag Studios comics. You get bonus episodes of the podcast. You get Jackbox, I don't know, all the fucking time. And we just have an incredible community. There's 200 people over there. They are super cool. Everybody is super funny. Jackbox nights are hilarious. And then at certain tiers, you also get stuff in the mail. Things that are hand-drawn. You get sticker packs that are not available anywhere else. All kinds of stuff. And, of course, you supporting the Patreon, supporting me, and my boyfriend, Yellow Swag Studios, helps us do this full-time so we can keep streaming and keep giving you guys more stuff to watch and enjoy. So, anyway, love all you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you guys on Wednesday. And, that's weird. The Rouge Feet Pics thing is not working. That's weird. Don't worry. I'll fix that for sure. Love you guys. Shout out memes. Shout out Yellow Swag. Shout out my mod, Kai Trammell. Thank you guys all so much. I love you. I'll see you on Wednesday. And I'll see you in the Discord. Bye-bye.